Hi, it's Jennifer Wilson with the League of Women Voters of New York State. Today I'm going to be taking you through the step-by-step process of how to apply for an absentee ballot in New York State. It's not a complicated process, but it is a multi-step process, and today I'm going to show you each and every one of those steps. So if you want to see how to apply for an absentee ballot for the June primary, then just keep watching. So the first thing that you'll need to do is to go to the Board of Elections website, which is elections.ny.gov. And once you're there, you can find a lot of information about elections that are coming up in New York State. But if you want to find the absentee ballot application, you can scroll down towards the bottom and you will find a grid there that says need an absentee ballot. So you'll just go ahead and click on that. And you can find the form in both English and Spanish here. And here's a quick look at what the form looks like in English. So as you can see, there are a lot of sections that need to be filled out, and you want to make sure that you fill all of these out thoroughly. With the ongoing coronavirus outbreak, you are going to mark temporary illness or physical disability as your reason for requesting an absentee ballot. Here in New York State, we have to have a quote-unquote excuse to be able to request to vote via absentee. You're going to mark for the primary election only because the executive order that allows you to apply for an absentee ballot only applies for the primary election. And then you'll fill out all of the other information as normal. Take note of lines 6 and 7, which actually relate to where you want your primary ballot to be delivered to. So make sure that you put the correct address there. For example, if you're not currently staying in New York State, you want to make sure that you put the address where you are staying at and where you will be once the ballot is going to get sent out. And those ballots get sent out about 32 days ahead of the election. So you have a little bit of time if you apply now to get that back. And where you're actually going to want to send this application to is not the State Board of Elections, it's your County Board of Elections. And you can find their address on here as well. So if we go back to the main page, we have a section all the way back on the home page, again towards the bottom of the page, which says County Boards. So if you click there, from this map, you can actually click your county and find information specific to your County Board of Elections. So I'm going to go ahead and click Albany County because that's where I'm at. Once we're on the county page, we can see the County Board of Elections address, we can see the phone number, also an email address, and a link for the County Board of Elections page. So if we go to the link for the County Board of Elections page, we can find some additional information about voting in our given county and some information about additional ways to apply for an absentee ballot in that county. So here in Albany County, there's actually another option to apply for an absentee ballot. And we see it here in the center of the page that Albany County voters can apply via email at this email address to receive an absentee ballot application. So if you don't have a printer or you don't have stamps to mail the application back, you can go to your county's website and see if there is an email option, or you can call your County Board of Elections and request that they send an application to you. Now, the governor just issued an executive order that will mandate all counties to send absentee ballot applications to every voter that is registered to vote in the upcoming primary election. But I think if you don't get your application in the mail soon, definitely give your Board of Elections a call and make sure that you are going to be receiving that in the mail. So here is the League's website, lwvny.org. And on here, we have tons of information about the upcoming elections, but notably, right front and center on our page, we have information about voting via absentee for the June primary. And we have this in 5 different languages. So we have lots of accessibility. And on each of these translated documents is a link to the application in that language as well. And also on the English page, we have all of those links too. Here is our English FAQ page on absentee voting, where we have all of the information that I am mentioning in this video, also links to the other applications in different languages that are available. And all the way at the bottom of our information page is information about when you need to apply for your absentee ballot by. So when you need to postmark your application, when you need to postmark the actual ballot, and when it has to be back to the Board of Elections in order for it to count for the primary. So once you either print out your application or get it in the mail from your county board of elections, one thing that's really important to note is that you need to sign the bottom of your application and also date the bottom of your application in order for the county board of elections to process the application. If you're applying online or if you are calling your county board of elections to request an absentee ballot, obviously you don't have to sign, but if you are submitting a paper application, then you definitely do need to sign. And you need to make sure that you get your application returned to your county board of elections by June 16th in order for it to be processed and for them to send you your absentee ballot. After you submit your application for an absentee ballot, your county board of elections will send you your absentee ballot in the mail either 32 days ahead of the election or as soon as they receive your application. Every single person throughout the county's ballot is going to look a little bit different depending on what races you have on there, depending on what county you're in. The layout might be a little bit different, and marking the ballot also varies from county to county. But the one thing that's universal in all counties is you'll actually get 2 envelopes in your absentee ballot packet. And one envelope is what the ballot actually goes in, and you'll have to sign the outside of the envelope. And then the second envelope is what the first envelope goes inside of and gets posted and put in the mail. Now, we're not totally sure if the county boards of elections are going to be pre-postaging all of those returned envelopes as well. We will keep you posted on that, no pun intended, but make sure that you do sign the envelope that has the signature line on it, and make sure that that envelope then goes in the second envelope that needs to be posted and put in the mail in order to make it back to the county boards of election. But before I can get my absentee ballot, I have to apply for my absentee ballot. So here is my completed absentee ballot application. And as you can see, I was sure to sign and date the bottom. So I've got an envelope with a stamp on it addressed to my county board of elections, and I'm going to fold that up and put it in the mail and expect to get my ballot within the next couple of weeks, and make sure to send it out in time so that it will count for the June primary. So that is all I need to do to be ready to vote via absentee for June. I hope that you enjoyed this video and found it informative. For more information on voting via absentee, visit lwvny.org or shoot us an email if you have any questions. Thanks so much for watching, and we hope that you vote in June.